What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to all those beginner investors and traders out there. Y'all already know who it is. Ficky. But if you don't, this is Kavai Ray Valentine. You done pulled up to the block market. This is Hood Money Investing. I wanted to jump on here and address the comments because I never, not once, said that I was a professional investor or that you needed to take my advice. I'm trying to help beginner investors and traders understand that this game is rigged on a large scale. And if you are an investor, you would understand what I'm trying to do. But the way that I'm getting attacked, I can see that y'all need a bib and some Pampers and some Swallers out this month. You know what I'm saying? What you need, the pull-ups, the Huggy Supremes, the extra soft, because it looked like a lot of y'all brainwashed and just want to hear the same thing everybody else is saying when you shouldn't be listening to nobody. You should be doing your own homework, have your own DD, and make sure that you are confident enough to make the decisions that you are making without somebody having something to say that can make you get emotional, which is one of the number one key rules in investing, which shows me that a lot of y'all, like I said, need to be running around in a bubble boy costume out this month. Because of what I'm saying. Y'all getting real emotional out there. Y'all feeling and looking like Carl Thomas. You know what I mean? Y'all real emotional. Y'all making all these comments, calling me an idiot and this, that, and the third, when I never claimed to be anything than what I was, a beginner. Like I said, we got this stock going over 14.28. We made 15 bucks. We up 8%. You know what I mean? But you can go back to previous videos and hear me say that I'm not debating a 100K price target at all, because the numbers, the data, the technicals, yes, I don't understand them all, but I know when you almost short 1 billion shares or more and you short a bunch of other companies, into an oblivion, I know that those companies are tied to every other company that's being shorted. And if the squeeze happens to take place, it's not just going to be AMC that's going to bust. It's going to be GameStop with a whole bunch of other stocks that these people have been shorting that they are not talking about. People are just talking about AMC and GameStop because they happen to be on the news. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. People are talking about how you know about this. What are you? You don't know nothing. I never claimed to know anything. I know what happened with GameStop. And it's almost unimaginable to me that people will think that they are going to let millions of people prepare for a squeeze that they know is going to be 100K to 500K. And then you think they are going to allow people to jump in while over the weekend people are talking about it to possibly bring more investors in? Yes, I can see it going to 100K, but there's going to be a lot of issues if it does. That's the reason why I don't see it. You're talking about the capital gains tax. You're talking about hyperinflation. It's so many different things that can go around and happen that I don't think people accounting for it. I don't think people accounting for brokerages shutting down because of hedge funds going bankrupt. And then they are only liable to cover a few 100,000, up to 500,000. So even if you do become a millionaire, you will still have an issue with your brokerage firm, possibly that could put you in a position where you could lose that money overnight, or possibly before you happen to get it out. And then with most brokerages, you can only take out 10,000 at a time. So how long do you think it will take you to take out 30 million or 100 million or 200 million? I don't think some of you people are thinking really. And like I said, I'm not no professional. I'm not no guru. I like, you should take what I say with a grain of salt. I'm just saying this is what I've came across. Look at this clean volume, 152 million in volume, and this is suppressed to $15, and people are talking about a squeeze. A squeeze is just, listen, I don't want to get into it because like I said, I don't understand the technicals and the data to a T. I would be lying if I said that I did. You know what I mean? But I did watch what happened to GameStop, and I know that more people know about the squeeze than they did then. So you think that they're really going to allow people to collectively come together and cause a financial collapse possibly? Do you, am I saying something wrong here? Yes, earlier I said I said 300 million shareholders. No, I apologize. I was talking about hundreds of millions of shareholders with these other stocks that are involved that aren't just GameStop and AMC. We're talking hundreds of millions of shareholders. And we talking about dozens of companies that's been shorted. So we talking about all the pipes busting, not just one or two, which people are constantly just keep talking about GameStop and AMC. So this is and when I happen to make these videos about, people taking profits, not getting caught holding the bag, is because I'm a beginner. And I was also asking other beginners and other investors, what do they think as far as my opinion? And then all of a sudden I'm getting attacked by a whole bunch of mindless, brainwashed zombies that are just running around listening to every YouTube channel that they can come across that will give them some solace or comfort in their belief, because they're gambling and only jumped in to invest because GameStop and AMC are going to 100K a share. Because this is unbelievable to me, because when I was talking about GameStop and other investors that are highly, decorated and have accolades, and there are, a lot of people look for them or look to them for guidance. It's like they were talking about GameStop, and these people don't get no credit. They don't get no credit. I don't hear nobody giving, yes, Roaring Kitty happened to, he had a whole lot of great points. I've actually talked to Roaring Kitty. I've talked to Keith Gill. He is actually a good guy. I mean, he responds to message. Well, at that time, before GameStop happened to blow up, he was blog on Fridays, and we'll just talk about GameStop to thousands of people that was in the blogs, and then he'll break down his views and his opinions, and we would do the same, and he would respond to interesting questions, and he has responded to questions that I've asked and opinions that I've had. So I'm not, and like I said, beginner, but I have crammed a lot in the last 11 months, man. I've been investing for almost 4 years, but once the pandemic and all that happened, I really started, trying to pay attention to my stocks and, what was going on and where else to put my money. And then, I already was dealing in GameStop, and I, knew the PlayStation 5 was coming out. I knew I had bought several games since everybody was in the house. So, and then everything that I was hearing about GameStop, it just was hard to believe during, the console cycle about to drop. So that's what made me get into it. And I've been learning ever since. That's where I learned about a squeeze and, all this other stuff. And I'm not like, I'm so far, from, being a professional or intermediate. I gauge myself. I know this takes a long time to, fill it out and get a rhythm and, understand the graphs and understand the technicals. But, it doesn't take long to understand patterns, man, and people and psychology. And that's all you see in the market. That's the reason why you guys are coming to this page and you're calling me all types of names, but I'm still getting subscribers because guess what? There are people that feel what I'm saying. So I don't, I'm not getting offended or you're not hurting my feelings calling me an idiot. It just goes to show how brainwashed you are and psychologically emotional and tied in to this. I've been dealing with AMC and GameStop for, I've been dealing with GameStop a year plus and AMC for, 6 months maybe. So it's like I'm used to these dips and all this other stuff. So I'm comfortable. You can go back and hear me talk about AMC and me being comfortable if it just went to 100. So I'm not one of you. I'm not out here just gambling, thinking about getting rich because I want to screw hedge funds and institutions that are still running and just going to change the name and all this other stuff. And then they are going to make you, or no, should I say you are going to think that they are going to allow you to have some control or power over them by bankrupting them, causing them to be broke, turning them to people that they used to view you as, and then you'll dictate and control these people. Because we're talking about people that'll be instantly worth 100 million, 200 million, 30 million, 50 million, 500 million. It'll just be ridiculous amount. And we talking hundreds of thousands of people, maybe millions of people. And it's just like, like I said, I'm not going to keep rambling. I just had to address this because it's funny to me. You know what I'm saying? I am clearly stating that I am not a professional, but if there are beginners out there that are getting caught up with the data and the language, because that's how they fool you with the language to make you think that you don't understand or, it's something else going on. And this is the reason why it's like, okay, yeah, all that makes sense. But at the end of the day, that's not going to make me forget that America and its government has never done nothing for its people. So why all of a sudden now you think they're going to just let millions of people just become overnight millionaires? It's just, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's all I wanted to say, just defend that a little bit. And, I'm going to go ahead and buy, once I get my cut, from you guys constantly holding it up and I keep buying back and then making more money, right? I'm going to just go to the nearest, Walmart, right? And I'm going to just buy me a tractor trailer full of swaddlers, the pull-ups preferably. And I'm just going to start mailing them out. You know what I mean? You can get some. Everybody got something to say about me having an individual, an opinion, and just because I'm not thinking like the collective, you mad? It's just like, wow, that is exactly the reason why the world is going the way it is, because it ain't nothing but a bunch of dummies ready to follow another bunch of dummies. And you could call me a dummy because I'm not explaining the technicals the way that you want. But like I said, I will guarantee you, I will be talking to you at the end of June and the end of July. And guess what you people are going to be saying, the ones that are disagreeing with me and calling me stupid? It's people like you it didn't squeeze to 100K. It's people like you, paper handing. I have no control over the stock market at all. You know what I mean? So what about the GameStop situation? That was supposed to be the biggest squeeze ever first, right? Now it's AMC. And like I said, you think they're going to collectively let people prepare for $100,000 squeeze? Hey, listen. I'm willing to bet some money on this. That's how sure I am. That's how sure I am. And if it does go to 100K, it is going to cause a problem and you are not even going to get to spend that money. I guarantee kid. So, you know what I mean? Hey, man, feel whatever you want. This is Black Market, Kavai Ray Valentine, you done pulled up. Y'all gonna keep pulling up because you can't take it. You just need somebody to hate on. Guess what? It's okay. It's okay. You know, I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the bad guy. You need somebody like me, you know? So you can point your fucking finger and say that's the bad guy. You know? So I'm gonna let you, all right? Because you don't got the guts to think how you want to think. Make your own decisions. Do your own DD. No. So you can point your fucking finger at me and say that's the bad guy.
They out there panicking right now. I can feel it. They out there. They're panicking. Look at them.
Now, you're not naive enough to think we're living in a democracy, are you, buddy? It's the free market. And you're part of it.
Something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
After everything we've done for you.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put y'all in the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it. I won.
I lost. $1.
Thank you, Lewis.
After you.
Certainly.